I don't care, man. I'm gonna speak through the spirit, and I'm gonna keep on speaking like it's a spirit, not the God or whatever that they people put in the book, because those people manipulated it in anyway. But what I got to say is, it's just so much going on, and I don't understand how come people don't understand how things are being played out in the world. Like, people are being used as chess pieces, or entities are using people as chess pieces in the game, and then they go, well, why is this still happening? Well, why is this still not going on? And why is this not going on? And this is what I got to say. This rebuttal is going to the video that I made before this, talking about the Mason deception. Basically, it's like this. It's like in the Bible where I covered in my videos before, where it was entities created before Adam and Eve. Those same entities had to go to war with something that was greater than them, and then here come Adam and Eve. And the reason why I say they went to war, because even in the book of the Bible, it shows, because they got to tell you something, but then they don't tell you something. You can't put a lie out of a lie. You can only put it out of the truth. You can only get a lie from the truth. You can't go lie and then go get that lie and make another lie unless that lie came from the truth. And then you can keep on breaking the truth down until there ain't no more truth no more. And then it's just straight up obvious. But a lot of times you're going to get a lie because the truth was there. You're going to get it because they got to alter that truth. And then it can sound believable, but it ain't, because motherfuckers manipulated it to what they want it to be. So even when you look in the Bible and it says that stuff, right after that, before Adam and Eve, it says something about a mist that covered the earth, and then there was no man on earth no more. Now, how is it that it was no man on earth no more when you just said you created something in the beginning? Then all of a sudden ain't no man no more, and then you got Adam and Eve. So what caused that ain't no man no more situation? It had to be something that happened that them people, that whatever that was created in the beginning, went to war with something and lost. And it hid, and it came out, and it tried to act like God and started to be dabbling and dibbling with genetics and fucking around with this Adam and Eve shit. You know what I'm saying? And you might think I'm crazy. But the same thing how a rib cage is, like, he say he took a rib and all this old stuff from Adam. Yeah, you was dealing with atoms, and you was dealing with DNA. That's what you was dealing with. But at the end of the day, the DNA strand looks like a rib anyway. So we can go all into how DNA strand look like a rib, and then how you can take a piece of that DNA and then make something else so it could be like a rib, but the DNA strand itself looks like a rib. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is what's really going down, and that's what really happened. And then now you got people running around here playing like they God as well on this plane. And you got entities that did that before. And so now, with all this confusion and chaos going on, they had to put color in there to distort everybody's perception of diversity and everybody's deception of who everything supposed to be here. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? You got the creator, right? If you believe in God, ain't gonna let nothing exist unless motherfucker want it to. If you creating something and you supposed to be the God of the universe, you can just snap your fingers and these motherfuckers gone. So in other words, they here because everything is here because it's supposed to be. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be. Right? So then now you got these entities running around here putting their names in books and Bibles and making up shit and throwing truth in there, taking shit out, talking about the Nephilim and all that, when it's them. The Nephilim ain't nothing but the motherfuckers that gave the literature to the regular human being that came later, which was a part of what they did. That's why they say when the Nephilim went into man, he created this, children of renown and all this shit. They have been doing that. The whole point is that's the whole driving force behind all this bullshit. And then you got them putting color in it because of their biases toward the diversity of human to human. So then you use different behaviors, different species, different entities act different. They're not supposed to act the same. Ain't nobody supposed to act the same. Where we at when everybody's supposed to act the same? And then soon as the Egyptians, that everybody says was black, but I would say they were, but I could say they came in there because Egypt was already there because some entities prior had that shit, and then black people came up in there, but they was already in there. So what I'm saying is something came up, we came up in there, and then the moment that we started making these laws, talking about some law of this, law of that, that's when man start to fall. That's when the black motherfuckers start to fall. Because you don't need that if you're spiritual. You don't need them. But when something is about to fall, you gotta create laws of Ma'at and 10 Commandments and all this, because you didn't fail from your spiritual prowess. You didn't fail. So now you need shit to remind you not to do shit. Like don't go steal nothing. Don't go do this and all that. If you were spiritual, you wouldn't have ever needed that shit. So at the end of the day, soon as that shit started happening in Egypt, and then later on in Christianity, because they stole from Egypt anyway. They stole that shit. When that shit started happening, that's when man started to fall. And then when they started coming out with this Christianity, which, Constantine went and killed everybody, his mama, his sister, his brother, his daddy, he killed everybody. And then went on these crusades, and they went what they call the crusades, the dark ages, and went and started killing people and forcing them to be Christians, and forcing them. You know what I'm saying? So then all of that started happening. It took years and years to get the people be on the train of that shit, because you got to kill all these people. Then it went, when it was a time when they wasn't even racist or what you call toward black people. Everybody revered melanated people. Nobody was going against that. And then all of a sudden, boom, racism started happening. They started going through the shit. The Pope, what that Pope was his name? Damn, goddamn, the Pope at that time wrote this article and was basically allowing for slavery to happen or whatever, just writing shit and whatever. But the whole point of it is, it was a business, still a business. They're still doing it, and people don't understand how, because they're not paying attention. The major things that they put in the game is FBI, CIA, and these other groups, because they could do that to distract you. That's why they put there. They spying on you. They distracting you with little shits they put out there like TikToks, Instagrams, and all that. That's all them. And then they saw, oh, people are talented. Black people, white people are talented. They can make music. Let's get in the music industry and fuck that up too. Let's get in there and just do what we do, like how we've been doing. Every time we see them doing something, it's gonna be like this. Let us go and fuck it up. That's how every time they see humans do something. This is in the Bible. Motherfucker was on a build. You talking about they building the Tower of Babel. No, they was building something. Unity. And then they came and said, let us go and fuck that up. That's how they always is. That's why it always is. Just like in the music industry, I was looking at TT Nadi, he say, man, how you go to J. Prince Jr. go to jail and get, with a gun and get caught in jail with the gun, get caught in jail with a gun and get out. And they say, how'd that happen? And then they go, who bailed out Takeoff's killer? Who bailed him out? Why is it? It's obvious his dad is a goddamn Fed, man. It's obvious his dad is a Fed and he evil, and he ain't one of them motherfuckers that come out and say, let us, like in the Bible, let us go fuck that up. He part of that. You understand? So therefore, people need to stop questioning shit you see to be saying, why, who, how, when the source is right there. Just like in the movie Departed. This all connects. In the movie Departed, Jack Nicholson was the biggest mob boss and killer in the movie. Well, guess what he was? He was a mob boss. He was a goddamn informant. He was working for the cops. He already got caught a long time ago. He was saving his ass by working with the feds and acting like he was the toughest dude. And at the end of the movie, he was the main one snitching and telling and killing people. It was him. So, again, it's in the movies. You looking at real life and you thinking that it ain't. And then you keep asking these questions. Well, how you get him out of jail? And who did this? Who doing it? The same thing, the same motherfucker that y'all think ain't doing. The same motherfucker, J. Prince Sr. He's a fucking cop. And the mayor's, he friends with the mayor and all them other cop niggas. Fuck out of here. These motherfuckers crooked, man. And that's it. That's all you gotta go. It's that simple. It's that simple. There ain't no complications to it. Which brings me back to what I was saying about these entities of the Bible and everything else. That same technique is being used in that Bible shit. The same technique has been used in government. The same technique has been used all over. It's always going to be somebody sitting at the top that you ain't paying attention to that's fucked up and you thinking that they this or that and they the main ones doing it. They the main ones fucking it up. This is what I'm trying to say. Because everybody likes shit and don't nobody want to keep it real. Just like when I'm watching people that do like tarot readings and all this, they like certain entertainers, so they do not want to cover their wickedness and their blood drinking, nasty, fucked up shit. Because they like them, they want to go, I like them. Fuck, it ain't about no liking. Fuck liking shit. My spirit, fuck alike. That's what my spirit say, fuck alike. It's about what's going on. What's going on, they fucked up. You don't even supposed to be liking them motherfuckers anyway. Like you, if you like a motherfucker good, if you find out, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't brought into this existence with them. You just there, they entertainment. That's all it is, so fuck them. Well, especially when you find out they ain't shit, fuck them. You weren't born with them. Your mama was there, whether you like her or not, your daddy, whoever, that's who the fuck. Your sisters or whoever. These chumps, they celebrities. Who cares? They celebrities and they think they the gods. This is what I'm saying. They think they gods. And that's why when you watch the movie Blade, it tell you everything. Just like in the movie, just like in the book, the Bible, all is connected. Because these entities will sit at the top and control motherfuckers at the bottom. And then they'll wipe all the motherfuckers out and start over again and then give you a story about what happened. This is the whole thing about what's been going on even through that book, the Bible, and all through life. They'll sit at the top, wipe everything out, and tell you what happened. And then the new people don't know nothing. So then they tell them, and then they wipe them out, and then they tell you what happened. Because look, you don't live long enough to know what happened. Every 200 years, they can lie about history and say this happened. How the fuck would you or anybody know? And how they know? Because they have brotherhoods. And they know that they can extend their hand through time by creating these secret societies. Because as long as they pass the information down, that means they live forever. Knowledge is power. So if I tell you something and you know it and you got to keep these secrets, you can control everybody and everything because they don't know. And then you can distract them with agencies like the FBI, CIA, the government, politicians, all them agency motherfuckers. It can to distract you. And this is what's going on. So when you see all the way from the Bible, all the way into how we living, it's been manipulation all the way across the board. Inconsistencies and lies. And they can get it from the truth and just give you their version of a fucking story. That's how they've been doing it. And all you got to do is say, fuck what you got to say, where my money at.